Hi, I'm Joshua Pohl. I am from New York, York, Nebraska. I've only lived there for 2 years so far, and I was born in Billings, Montana. My family lived in Huron, South Dakota, where my dad pastored a home missions church for 6 years before going to York. While in Huron, I helped on the music team singing, and I also taught the 11 to 14 like youth in middle school uh, uh, age range for we had a P7 class on Wednesdays at our church. Um, I am currently a sophomore at TBC and a missions major, but I'm also minoring in music. Last year, I was involved in choir, chorale, TMAs, and chapel worship teams. I also helped a local church here, Cornerstone, and I was on their praise team. My favorite Bible story is that of Joseph. I think it's a wonderful example of how God knows what's going to happen, and He works everything for good. Joseph himself said that what you meant for evil, God meant for good, and I think it's a wonderful story of God's faithfulness to His people. Something interesting about me is I like building things with my hands, so when I was younger, I loved Legos. As I grew older, I started liking books. I read a single book, 13 times in a row in 1 year. That was an experience because it was like 300 to 400 pages long. I also enjoy drawing. I largely draw spaceships, and I even drew a colossal ship. I think it was like 1,000. Like I made specs on the ship, and it was like 1,000 feet long or something like that. No, maybe a little bit bigger, but yeah. It was very detailed drawings. You could probably almost make the whole of the ship based on these drawings. And I also built what I call a clocky thingy, or a clock thingy. It's just basically a big shelf on the top with a little clock on the top and a cupboard on the bottom. It's basically all it is. I made a bookshelf, and I also made a model of a Revolution era prototype submarine. It was called the Turtle, and it was discovered on an island, I think during the 1900s or so, maybe 2000s. It was actually found on an island somewhere. I can't remember what time though, what time period. It was basically just a barrel with a hatch on the top, and had a propeller that you pedaled with your feet. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. You actually had to come up for air and open a thing. And I think it was like every 5 minutes or so. And it was actually it was a prototype designed to basically, I think it was like something like depth charges would be the closest thing we have to it today. It's like the submarine would plant on the side of a ship, and then they'd go back, get some air, and then leave, and then the bomb would go off, is basically what would happen, or in theory would have happened, but it got lost, and they just thought it was a failed experiment. I think that's just about everything I have to say.